Shabbat Shalom, friends. This Shabbat is Rosh Chodesh Elul, the beginning of the new month of Elul. And we always read Parshat Re'eh right around the new month of Elul, sometimes before, sometimes after. But they go together well. Now, the low-hanging fruit is that Elul is a time as we're preparing for Rosh Hashanah, that we start to look at our deeds and examine ourselves, that we really lived up to our own aspirations for ourselves. And therefore, it's appropriate that we read the question proposed to us in Parshat Re'eh, where it says, "See, I put before you today a blessing and a curse. Which one will you choose, the blessing or the curse?" So the simple level is, okay, we're going to read it just like the rest of the book of Deuteronomy. If you do good, good things will happen. If you do bad, bad things will happen. So the choice is yours. And certainly it's appropriate that we examine our deeds and look at ourselves with a critical eye as we move towards Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and to see how can I better myself, looking backwards and looking forwards. But Rabbi Yitzchak of Berditchev reads something a little bit deeper into it, which I think is fascinating. If you look closely, it says, "See, I put before you today a blessing and a curse." The blessing is that you will hear the mitzvot of God, you will listen, you will hear God's voice. And the curse is if you don't. There's a difference. The sense is that for so many people, we go through life and go through Judaism without having those moments where the mitzvot really connect us to Hashem, where we take the opportunity to relish the mitzvah that we're doing and allow ourselves to be beloved of God in that moment. And so he says that is the blessing itself. Schar mitzvah mitzvah gufa, the reward for the mitzvah is in the mitzvah itself. It's not something if you do then. Whereas the curse is like that. It says if you don't, then you're going to miss out. That the curse itself is missing out on God, missing out on the opportunity to have that moment to connect with Hashem. And that throughout all of our lives that we have so many opportunities and so many mitzvot that we do well and good things we do that we don't even notice ourselves. And sometimes we have bad things that we do notice, and we can be fixated on one or the other and not really willing to see and open our eyes and really see with a clear picture. So here the invitation of Parshat Re'eh to really see is to open your eyes and look and see what did you do well that you could have perhaps opened to yourself more, that you could have experienced God a little bit deeper in the things you were doing. And in those moments that you experienced a curse, maybe what could you have done to open yourself to experience God in that moment? And that the message is not do better, but the message is as you're doing good, be open to experiencing the love of God in a more expansive way. Shabbat Shalom and Chodesh Tov.